Okay, hi guys. I'm Bree, and
And I'm Lisa.
this is my mom. And I guess today is the right day for us to talk about this Sandra Bland case. We've been basically I guess studying the case since it came out, and every other
Case.
black case. And
we want to say cases of injustice because, whereas, our concern is, of course, we're African American. But I know in my maturity in our maturity, that it is a war against, I would say, the poor underclass. Because we've seen some horrible
things
with both races that the police have inflicted some severe. I'm talking about, they'll have other police that drive up and just jump out of the car and on adrenaline will just. I've seen a Caucasian gentleman in a wheelchair, so there is no.
There's no justification for anybody, and that's basically why we felt like it was a need to make this video, because we're not saying that black people aren't targeted, more than any other race. That's in history, we know that, but we're saying that there's other races, other people that are getting tormented and abused and unjust by the police as well, and that needs to be spoken about too.
And we know that we never see incidences of, I would say, wealthy people being attacked or losing their rights, or losing their rights to be able to throw a cigarette at a police. I've seen tickets ripped up, spit in a police officer's face. I've seen a lot of incidents when you're not afraid of the police. But we want to touch on. There's been a few cases that have come out after the Sandra Bland case, which is why I'm almost numb now with a concern, and that is the attack on the African American women, it seems. And they're all supposedly suicides. Like, I don't think I told you about the one just recent, African American woman pregnant, found hanging in a. So, all my co-workers.
And when was this?
This is just recently. I'm going to show it to you once we conclude this video. So, this is how I know that it's not just random.
Right.
There's a systematic
pattern. There's a pattern occurring here.
And it triggered, in my opinion, after they took down the flag, the Confederate flag.
Okay, well, that's your feeling that's your opinion of the situation. I feel like, I know every time I say this, people try to correct me and say that it's happened before, the Trayvon Martin case. But I feel like after the Trayvon Martin case, it was just an open realm for, the police department to start freaking, being brutal, or however you want to, however you feel like you want to explain it. But just basically being violent towards people. I felt like after that whole George Zimmerman and Trayvon Martin case happened, then, it was just an open book for the police department and whoever just to open fire, basically.
And let me give my opinion about how disgusted I am to know that other African Americans would participate in the slaughter of their own race. You don't see any other race acting in that type of behavior.
You can't say that, Mom, and I'm
not against their own people.
How can you say that? How can you say that?
Again,
I know, but that's your opinion. You're right.
My opinion is that I don't see the behavior that I see demonstrated from African American people, and that's even as on the job. We will run each other over with a truck and back
keep
up
it pushing
and keep pushing.
Right.
And that's a behavior that's just, to me, just disgusting. But neither here nor there. The Sandra Bland case.
I know that just pisses you off a little bit, doesn't it, Mom?
Yeah, and the reason why it pisses me off, or why I feel so personal, is because I think that I have a lot of Sandra Bland's personality. I am Sandra Bland's personality. I am an activist, just not a public activist. And the reasons why I'm concerned about being a public activist now, and I feel like God always shows me,
right,
is because I feel that she could have definitely been targeted. The police officers have access to your Facebook and your personal information now. So when you just post your emotions and your activism, you have the man, the bigger force that we cannot really fight
against.
That we're really not just dealing with just common people. This is spiritual warfare, number one, and of course it's upper government. You know, this is a straight out attack on an open season. It always has been.
Yeah,
it's just really disgusting now. You know, it's
and most importantly, it's time to be more educated as a black people. It's not. I'm 17 years old. I turned 18 in September. It's not about being artificial. It's not about twerking. I can twerk. It ain't about that. It's about it's about speaking about the Sandra Bland case. We don't hear any rappers talking about anything.
Oh no, we don't
hear none of that crap. And do you think
we should not purchase another CD, another movie? And I'm serious, because I've been talking about this.
Yeah.
If we do not let these people hit these people in their pocket, if we don't see another influential, if you want to call them,
this is one video. Like we see, but we need. How about everybody that's black or African American who cares about Sandra Bland or about this case make their own video and speak about it. Say let us know how you feel. Mm-hmm. Express how you, because I didn't want to do the video. I don't like being public or anything, but I felt like, well, my mom was dying to do it, but I felt like it's our duty to actually speak out about the situation.
Yeah.
It's not cool to hide behind a camera or behind a freaking screen. So I'm just being real.
Your life is gonna be extended a little bit longer, but as you can see,
it got cut short.
It can happen at any moment. So what I'm gonna take away from this, and what I'm gonna advise all African American people to do, is we cannot act like we're privileged. Number one, when we wake up and realize that you don't have your civil liberties. One thing that Sandra Bland was wrong about,
and we're going to be real about the situation. And that's really what we talked about.
We lost those rights and our civil liberties.
We never had them. We didn't lose them.
But I'm saying it's official. We lost them through the courts September 11th. A lot of people don't realize that we lost our civil liberties, and that was under the hood of Bush. We lost our civil liberties. We don't have them anymore. So you don't have a right to voice your opinion or about whether you're detained, whether they stop you. You're police. Deal with it.
Exactly.
So what we have to understand is that we cannot voice our opinion. And I've seen some posts from Caucasians that are on the borderline disgusting, but there's some truth to it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that you're trying to ultimately get home and to be out of the situation with the police, and they are correct if they tell you to do a somersault.
Nigga, you might as well do 3.
You might as well do about 5.
And then ask them, is it okay, sir? Did I do it right? That's what it's about. Not we have to. I think people are taking us like we're actually retarded or something. If you see that we have no civil liberties, we have no rights, why would you think that you had the right to say anything to law enforcement? Right. If you want to make it home, you want to go home tonight, you want to make it home to your family or whoever, bro, you have to comply. We have no rights, bro. We have no civil liberties, and that's all I have to say. I'm out.
And more than I'm thinking about it, I am a lot like Sandra Bland, because I would have thought that I'm trying to make it to my job interview. Mm-hmm. Your family knows that you've left from Chicago and you're trying to make it to a job interview to start your new job. And you could not call no one collectively to bail you out. You called a black man, an African American man. He's sitting there now publicly yes, it explodes, explaining your voicemail. But he was the one that she was trying to contact to send her the money to get bailed out of jail, regardless. I mean, it really, to me, I have no respect for the family or this man that I'm seeing on TV. They should not even be aired because of the fact that this woman should have not all of these people I'm seeing. They don't even look like they're poor enough to not have come up with $500. There, to me, I do not excuse you. Family, I don't excuse you. And to me, that's just like the behavior that we have. Not saying that I could go to my family, because I can't. So that's what I'm trying to let you understand, why she needed to think about
her situation,
the consequences of arguing in a town, a hick cracker town,
where you don't know
that you do not know your surroundings. You know that this man wanted to take your life. This was all like a setup.
Yeah, exactly.
That we can fall into very easily. And what we're really trying to avoid, and the message I think what we really want to try to get over, is we have to think before we talk.
Exactly.
Think about your situation. You're trying to avoid the situation. If you're being raped, you got to think of what you can do to get out of this situation.
If you're about to die. Exactly. It's
whatever it is.
Exactly. And you have to think smarter. You got to think ahead. You have to think 3 steps ahead of them.
Yes.
Because they're like, I don't even know, like, I don't even know how to really, like, explain.
What about the white guy that was just talking about how Sandra Bland, with her Chicago attitude, with and even the black guy, because we're gonna have to go to his post as well.
So do you see how, like, we can put we're gonna put the videos and subscribe, or however you say it, down below, but it's just how you actually can hear and see, like, how people look at us. Exactly. The black woman, or just black people in general, with her Chicago attitude. Like, okay, so
she deserved to die because she thought that she had civil liberties.
Exactly.
She thought she had civil liberties. She thought she had rights. And that's her mistake. Okay, but then the stereotype is that she should have died. She should have died because of her mouth. So there's a reason why it's okay that this woman is dead, regardless if it's suicide, because all these different types of scenarios that are going on. But
let us know how you feel about the video. We're gonna wrap it up or whatever.
We're just trying to tell you that we have to stop thinking we are equal.
Right, but we'll talk about this in another video, Mom. We're just gonna head out. I don't want to make our videos too long. And I don't care how many people view it, or how many people, or just give your opinion. I don't care if it's negative, positive, it doesn't matter. Like, I just want to see how people feel about it. Like, instead of making a video about somebody twerking viral, making it that go viral, make this video go viral. Make your video go viral about Sandra Bland. Speak about everything else that's happened, all the other unjust stuff, the Fruitvale Station, freaking Trayvon Martin, the lady that my mom's talking about, the 18-year-old in Alabama that just got hung 2 days after Sandra Bland was found. Let's talk about that. Let's be real about the situation.
Out.